Hey everyone, Chris Haddon, Jason Balin, co-founders of hardmoneybankers.com. Today we are talking about the importance of being self-aware in real estate, knowing what you're good at, and even more importantly, knowing what you're not good at so you can stay away from it.
As soon as you can kind of identify all of that things, you can pin exactly what you want out of your real estate career, and you can make sure you accomplish all those goals. Check it out right now.
It's hugely important to be self-aware of what you're good at and what you're not good at. If you are able to focus your time and efforts on what you are good at, it can cause huge positive results, movement in the right direction. Yet, if you get caught up working on what you're not good at, it can cause not only no results, it can cause problems.
Yeah,
it
that's
can
right.
cause losses. It can cause bad stuff to happen, and we've seen it. And we're going to go through a couple of examples of that today.
Exactly. And I think where a lot of this stems from is real estate investors they paint a picture in their head of exactly who they want to be and where they want to go without kind of doing a self-awareness or a reality check of like who they are.
Right.
So for instance, I want to be this huge real estate developer. I want to flip these houses. I want to do this. I want to do that. It's like, okay, first let's sit down and figure out kind of what skill sets you have and your personality type. We've talked about this personality types a lot in the past because we're huge on that. But it's okay. Well, I want to do this, but I don't know construction and I don't care to learn construction, or I don't know anything about accounting. I don't care about accounting. So all of a sudden, you want to create.
Does anybody even start that way?
Yeah,
they should. I don't think anybody sits down and goes through that.
Yeah, I mean, you should be going through your personality type. Take the DISC personality type on Tony Robbins' website.
Right.
Figure out who you are first, because that will tell you the majority of this. And then kind of figure out what you're comfortable and not comfortable doing.
Yeah, figure out what you've always been good with and not good at. I mean, even going back to like when you're in school,
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I know firsthand that I'm not going to go door to door and knock on doors and try to pick up leads and negotiate with sellers in their living room. I'm just not doing it. I'm true to myself. That doesn't mean I can't create a large real estate portfolio. We have one, but I've never been the one to go knock on doors and sign contracts in living rooms.
Right.
And I don't need to be.
And as I've stated a number of times before on the show, like I'm not good at construction. I don't really get it. I'm good at other things in business. And just backing up for a sec, whether you're an investor or an agent or whatever, there are a number of different skill sets that go into real estate. You can be good at different things and be successful. You don't have to be good at everything.
Most people aren't good at everything.
No, I don't think anyone is.
It's too you can't be. There's too
many things.
Exactly. There's too many things.
Yeah. So I'm no good at construction, so I don't focus on that. Like we have proper systems in place and people and partners and everything else, so that when those aspects of our business and our couple different lines of business within real estate, that's taken care of. Jason and I can focus on other things.
Exactly.
Right.
And I think some questions will be, well, starting out, I'm a one-man band, I got to do it all, and it's a good question, and I'm not saying that you can't have some involvement in those different aspects, but you got to be true to yourself, because if you say, if you're pounding to get a lot of leads, and let's say you're a good marketer and you're getting a lot of leads, but you're scared to run the appointments and you're not running the appointments, or you're not good at follow-up, it's just kind of a waste. So you need to figure that stuff out ahead of time. And if you can do that, and if you can really get yourself outside your comfort zone a little bit and kind of push yourself into that, have I ever been in, a living room with a seller? Yes, I have. Do I like it, and would I do that on a consistent basis? Absolutely not.
Right.
But I have done that, and that probably was one of the reasons I know I don't want to do that on a consistent basis. And I'm not saying that you can't do things that scare you, or you should only do the things that you want to do and excite you. You're a small business. You got to do what you got to do to get started. But going through those things, you're going to kind of learn what you like doing and what you don't like doing and what you're good at.
Yeah, naturally, like what you're naturally talented at.
Exactly.
What you're not. I mean, and that's important. And it is tricky because there's a lot about learning new things and getting outside your box and all that, and that's all true too.
Yeah, and that's a big side of things, because no one's stating as a new real estate investor you just got to live in a shelter and stay in your house and do direct mail and when leads come in, like it's not going to work that way. This is more of as you grow. I mean, there's a lot of uncomfortable things that we do in our business on a regular basis. Do I want to do them regularly? Absolutely not. We put people, processes, things in place so we don't have to do them regularly, and we learn from those things of, I don't want to have to do this anymore. Right now I do have to do this until it gets to this level, but I know myself well enough that like I'm not going to do it as well as somebody else will, so I'm going to go find somebody that can help me with this.
Yeah, and let's go through a couple examples, because we've seen a lot of good and a lot of bad. on this topic, with different people and ourselves and everything else throughout our career. So while we're talking about this, just try to think about yourself and try to start to place what you're good at and what you're not good at, and be very honest with yourself. Are you doing some stuff that could cause problems later on?
Yeah,
or are causing problems now?
Yeah, I mean, are you an introvert, an extrovert? Do you like sales? Do you understand construction? Do you want to manage employees? Things like that. Those are all kind of common things that, just learn a little bit about yourself and, write those things down real quick.
Yeah, so I was talking to a real estate agent friend of mine recently. Good friend, top producing agent. She sells a lot of new construction, a lot of homes that builders have built. She's listing multi-million-dollar stuff. And she even gutted and redid her own house. And she's very good at that. She knows a lot about it, both the construction side and the sales and everything else. So I asked her one time, I was like, have you ever considered doing a spec yourself? And without hesitation, she was like, nope, it's not what I do.
Yep.
Like, I built my own house because I wanted to, but that's not what I do professionally. And I know what I'm good at and I stick to it. Like, she didn't hesitate at all. And she's a veteran, she knows her stuff. And I was happy about that.
Yeah.
I was happy to hear that she answered it so quickly. She knows what her business is and she sticks to it and she does very well at it. And if she were to venture out into something dangerous, like doing a spec house in a very competitive market against builders who do 20 a year, that could be dangerous. That could be a problem. It could be a financial problem.
Yeah.
Right?
And I mean, could she accomplish it? Probably. Does she want to? Doesn't seem like she does. And, more importantly, she understands her wheelhouse and she understands kind of who she is and what she wants. Mm-hmm. And, she's happy with where she's at. And that's a lot of it. I mean, I think, being this real big real estate company is what a lot of our, our followers, a lot of our clients, in their head, they've mapped this out as, it's going to go this way and it's never going to go that way. They think it is, but it's not until they kind of get down to it. And, we're surprised as some of these real estate investors kind of come back for loan after loan, we realize they're sticking to the same thing. And a lot of them that maybe were buying stuff in all different areas are now into one subdivision. It has to be this amount of construction. And they've learned kind of who they are, what they like, where their deals come from, and they become a lot more successful because of it and happier. Like, could you imagine being involved in something you just hated to do or you just weren't good at, every day? I mean, it's like putting, internal sales guy into like an external sales position, right? They're two very different.
Yeah, two very different.
There's two very similar, different things. One guy is, very outgoing, loves talking to people, loves traveling, loves doing his thing. Hey, give me deals, do this. And the other guy, and vice versa. The other one is really good at kind of holding down the fort and converting business and doing great at that.
Organize, a good follow-up, everything else.
Exactly. And neither one's right or wrong. They're just different personality types and they're different types of salespeople. And if you're stuck in that wrong one, it's miserable. You won't be able to perform and vice versa.
Yeah, and that's another good example. Also, we have a friend who's very, very skilled at sales and marketing and can get the phone to ring and he can convert those calls into deals. And he's not so good at the construction and operation side of things and accounting and finance and employee management and everything else, yet he won't let it go.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen it happen for some years now that he won't let that side go or, take on the right partner to handle that or whatever, or, kind of, frame his business around what his strengths are. He hasn't been able to do that yet. And it's been a problem. Like, it leads to not only lack of productivity, but it leads to issues like money losing deals and like unhappy partners and bad stuff.
Yeah.
And it all stems from not being self-aware.
Yeah, and it's all mental. I mean, he doesn't know, for some reason, it hasn't hit him what he's good at and what he's bad at. And it's that simple. You're good at this. We can point that out. Many clients, friends can point that out. Go stick to that and that's it. Don't try to dabble over here. Mm-hmm. I mean, we don't want to dabble in the construction side because we're not great at it. We don't we don't fully understand it. There's a lot of parts of our business that we don't, it's okay for us to be in that line, industry or that line of business, mm-hmm. but find the right strategic partners. And that's why we have partnerships, for our home buying company, for our rental company, for other lending offices that we have in different territories, experts mm-hmm. in that stuff.
Third-party inspectors, all kinds
so
of stuff.
We stick to what we know best.
Absolutely. So that is the lesson for today, ladies and gentlemen. Be very, very honest with yourself about what you're good at and what you're not, and frame your business around focusing on what you're good at. Not only can focusing on the things that you're not so good at lead to lack of productivity, but it can lead to real problems and business issues.
Especially in real estate investing. You know?
Especially in real estate investing, because there's money on the line. There's personal guarantees, there's cash. It's a real investment that can make money or it can lose money, and that's something to be very, very serious about.
That's right. All right, so check us out at hashtag Hard Money Bankers, hashtag the REI360 show, hardmoneybankers.com, REI360.net, whiteboardbook.com.
Check out the book, whiteboardbook.com, or check it out on Amazon. Cool.
All right, guys. Thanks again.
Thanks. Later.